Hello everybody, my name is Sea Sloth, or you can call me Milinda. And by the name, you can probably tell that I love sloths and sea turtles a lot, like a lot. So welcome to my first official video on this channel. Wow, I never thought I would ever do this because I'm incredibly shy. But if you ask my friends, they would probably tell you I'm really crazy and loud. So today, I'm going to be reading you something that is near and dear to my heart, fanfiction. But before we get to that, I'm going to give you a small introduction to this channel and a little bit of myself. Obviously, the first things off, I like sea turtles and sloths, and not only am I obsessed with them, I actually am a huge fangirl. As you can see by my many pillows, you see my room, you could probably cry, because it's a lot. It is really covered from head to toe in just one direction. I actually have a life-size poster of Harry Styles in one corner of my room, and on the other side is literally the exact same picture, but a standee in the other corner. And freaky to have at night, but you get used to it over 4 years. It's fun. I'm a huge fangirl. I'm pretty much in a lot of fandoms. I think I'm in 5 or 6 fandoms. There's a Markiplier fandom, 21 Pilots, of course, Fall Out Boy, One Direction, Dan and Phil. I love these guys. I actually saw them a few weeks ago. The show was amazing. Like, I cried so much. And I screamed, of course. I was deaf, and I lost my voice for a couple days, but it was worth it. Like, I'm a huge fangirl. I'm a huge nerd. I actually like to play video games. Yes, so this little puppy right here, he is Sammy. He is my puppy since for 4 years now. He's my best friend. I need friends. No, I'm just kidding. I have friends. But right now, at this moment, he is here with me. And behind me is my other dog, Sparkles. There she is. She has little sparkles in her eyes, so I call her Sparkles. Anyway, so we will be reading some fanfiction today, and thing for that. If you want to submit any fanfiction to me, let me know, and I prefer the formats of Tumblr and Wattpad. Those are my favorites, because I'm able to connect and message the writer of those fanfictions, so I can get permission from them, and not just straight off read, because they might not want their stories on here in the first place. If you have fanfictions you want to submit to me, it can literally be any fandom, I will read it. It can literally be anything, like it's Smut. Like today we're reading Smut. It's a good start, because you know, gotta get a good start of this channel. So it could literally be anything. It could be any fandom. I just need to have whatever part you want me to read, because I might not know which time, how much you want me to read. And I would love it if you could tell me which part to read. It's the basic necessities, so I know what I'm doing and how I should do it. You might see more of these videos because I've actually gotten permission from a few people that chapters that I can read, and I'm so excited. Like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, fanfiction's been in my life since 2012. I'm so excited. I'm a writer myself, which reminds me, there will be 3 things you will see on this channel. Fanfiction, like generalization, like what I do, what I write, and then reading that, of course. And then is doing fan art, because I'm actually an artist myself. I actually go to a high school that is literally Hollywood Heights, but plus the actual high school. Like, it's stressful, but it's worth it. I make great friends, and I love them all in here. Third thing is actually video games. So y'all can actually let me know which free games, at the moment for free games, just for now, which video games I should play for free. Let me know down in the comments below, please, and I might play them. Most likely I will. This is my introduction to this channel, Sea Sloth. So let's get to reading. So today we are reading Smut, but it's really good. I read a few chapters, basically the entire thing. The name of it is Teasing Mr. Fishbach, and when I first saw this, I was like, I was really excited. So the author of this, her name is Markiplier. I will put all her links down in the description below. But seriously, guys, if you have Wattpad and you really want to read something real good, that is like, oh my god, really good, check her out, Markiplier on Wattpad, and read Teasing Mr. Fishbach. and just read it and just love her to death because she is amazing. People were saying she's really good at writing. I was like, really? I was like, I haven't read a good like fan fiction in a while. So, and I picked it up. It is amazing. Like go find her, vote for her, comment saying you love her because she is amazing and talented. Like last night I actually read a lot of the chapters, all of them, and I was able to get this, Teasing Mr. Fishbach. You can't see it's too bright. It's Teasing Mr. Fishbach, chapter 13, a deleted scene. Smut. Not to give it much away, it's a shower scene. So I recommend you go read the story first and then come back and see this part, because it will definitely make more sense. I promise you. So to get the gist of it, it's basically a story where Mr. Fishbach, or Mark, he's a teacher, and then there's a student, and it's in the point of view. Like, it's YN, so it's the point of view. And so you should, like, if you were to read this, you should read it yourself. See, I feel comfortable doing that with myself, so if you happen to see that, I will use a completely different name, like character of one of my characters. So, but yes, you should go. Once again, shout out to Markiplier on Wattpad. Read her stories, comment and vote for her, tell her you love her. She's amazingly talented. Go do that now, actually. Her links are in the description below, and go check her out. So let's get started. Teasing Mr. Fishbach, chapter 13, deleted scene. Hesitant to follow him into the bathroom, I pulled away from his grasp and abruptly stopped in my tracks. What's wrong? Are you okay? It was comforting to see that he knew me well enough to be able to tell me when something is on my mind, despite having been asked. Now certainly wouldn't be the right time to tell him, so I bit my tongue instead. Nothing, sir. I was struggling to find an excuse, and before I could come up with anything that seemed legit, he had me shoved up against the wall, just outside the bathroom door. He placed both his hands on the wall, one on both sides of my shoulders, and looked me dead in the eye. He began to lick his lips slowly and stared at me as if he were a predator, and I was the prey he was getting ready to pounce on. Not in the mood, are we? Well, as one of my students, why don't you allow me to assist you? He purred, slipping my lips and moving straight to my neck. It wasn't fair. He knew how much this turned me on, and feeling his warm and soft lips pressed to my neck made it difficult to try and deny him. Please, sir. I tried to beg him to stop before things got too far, but his lips and hands made a movement that caught me off guard. His lips found mine, and our tongues were left to dance in and around each other's mouths. His fingers traveled around the outside of my sleeping shirt, and doing it so quickly I was surprised he didn't manage to rip off some of the buttons along the way. As much as my head wanted me to say no, my body was saying yes, and I was beginning to surrender to him. I allowed my shirt to slip off from my shoulders. As soon as it hit the floor, that's when he again trailed off. Away from my lips, he kissed way down to my neck, over my chest, and stopped to my breast. Good thing you didn't wear a bra to bed. He made this all the more easy. Again, he licked his lips before diving in, sucking across my left breast and roughly fondling the other. I was a mess. I was in the midst between completely giving into sexual advances or sticking to my guns, but that throbbing beneath my sleeping pants was beginning to become too much to ignore. My face was beginning to burn hot, and surely becoming beet red. I wanted to say no. I really truly did, but I was physically and mentally weak. My knees felt like buckling when he brought his lips back up to mine. His warm, strong hands ran down the length of my body over my curves, from my breast down to the hem of my sleeping pants. I pulled away from his mouth in an attempt to catch my breath. Sir, please. I panted as one of his hands slipped their way down to my pants and started to explore the area between my legs. You need to stop, Mark. Finally, I had used his name. It felt awkward to say, but his fingers only began to work me faster. After calling out his name, how cute, he tormented. I finally said my name, but I'd rather much hear you scream it. Look how wet you've gotten already. You don't really want me to stop, do you? Wow. This is sad, Mark. Woo! I winced and whined as his fingers began to slide to my lower lips and started to trace a circular motion between my already throbbing clit, leaving me beginning to quiver and shake violently. He was right, though. I didn't really want him to stop. At this point, I had entirely broke down and submitted to him, completely losing focus on anything else aside from the sheer exhilarating feeling his touch left behind. No, he whimpered, while his hand continued to explore my lower region. His other hand came up, taking a tight grip around my throat and threw me back up against the wall with one hard shove. No, what? No, sir. Please don't stop. I requested, barely able to speak. My mind began to slowly unhinge and haze over. His hold around my neck was literally leaving me near breathless as it twisted as it was. I absolutely loved it. Good girl. Just imagine Mark saying that in a deep voice. I'm sorry. Just as my eyes felt as they were starting to roll back, I was left with the sensation as if I was going to pass out. The adrenaline rush being abused like this gave me was overwhelming, and although choking was dangerous play, he seemed to know how far to take it before easing up. I was beginning to feel all my muscles all at once begin to slowly turn to jelly, and too weak to stand on my own 2 feet, I began to start sliding down the wall. That was when he released his grip around my neck and pulled his hand from out of my pants, borderline unconsciousness. Mr. Fishbach lifted me up to my feet and picked me up. He brought me into the bathroom, where he rested me down in the toilet to regain consciousness. He knelt down by my side, keeping me within arm's reach, and gently rubbed his hand across my left thigh. Was that too much? Still trying to catch my breath? I was grasping for air and barely had enough strength in me to communicate other than shaking my head from side to side. That was fucking incredible, I managed to reply through all my panting. His front teeth and canine just began to peek out from behind his lips, and his word expression changed into a sinister and devilishly smug grin. Mr. Fishbach finally got off from the feeling position and slowly paced his way to the shower. Flinging aside my glass doors open and began running the water. Every part of my entire being was being sent into a whirlwind, and all I know is that I wanted more. The steam from the hot water was very quickly filling the room, and if my breathing wasn't already fucked up enough, the humidity certainly was no help. Alright, that's enough stalling, Mr. Fishbach belted out, finally beginning to manage my breathing again. I was ready to continue as planned. I looked up at Mr. Fishbach to see him take off his glasses, resting them on the side of the sink. You have 5 seconds to get those pants off before I rip them off. A sexy, dominant demand hit me like a ton of bricks and left me with chills being shot down my spine, and I got goosebumps. I liked when he was forceful, that both in and out of the costume he's in charge and nothing drove more than his aggressive sexual nature. I took one final deep breath and exhaled as I got up from my resting place. I need an exhale. Sliding my pants down to my ankles and stepping out of them, my heart was pounding from sheer excitement. As I brought myself back up from my bent over position, I was greeted with Mr. Fishbach's stiff member, no inches away from my face. I hadn't even noticed he already completely disrobed himself. I suppose that must have happened as I was undressing. I was surprised when he didn't immediately order me to suck it, but instead took me by the wrist and flung me towards the shower. Getting your sexy little ass in here now, he hissed at me. His stern tone of voice echoed in the back of my mind and made me shudder. It was like he had 2 sides to him, like day and night. When we were working on me, he was sweet and gentle, but during playtime, he was belligerent and hostile, like an entirely different person, and I equally loved both sides. So, I'm gonna end it there. We haven't gotten to the intense part yet. I'm thinking about doing part 2 of this because this single chapter deserves its own 2 videos. I believe it does, because trust me guys, it gets more intense the more we go along. Now I only finished halfway, so I will next week release a part 2 to this video, and I promise it will be what you're wanting. I promise it is worth the wait. Once again, all the links are down in the description for the story and the profile that leads it, which is again is Markiplier. I will also leave my own links to my webpad, so you can check them out and read my sucky story. And I hope you enjoy this. And just keep recommending stories to me, and then I will read them. And recommend me games you want me to play, like free games. And maybe next time I might read my first fanfiction that I wrote as a kid when I was 12. I will definitely do that because I still have it. I didn't burn it. I still have it. But definitely I will read that. I will see you in my next video. I'm gonna try and release one video at least once a week. But I do update on my stories and my Instagram and my Twitter a lot, which will also, all my links of social media will be in the description below, so you can follow me and keep up with me, because literally I do nothing else but social media. Other than that, I love you guys so much, and I hope you love me because I loved you, and I will see you in my next video.